I was at a desperate point in my life. If I didn't get the help here, I would die.
When I first met Nita, it was kind of hard to connect with her because most of the time I felt like either Nita was high or Nita was not all there. Though she's of age and mature, she still has unsolved issues as a young child.
I grew up with both parents, but my father was emotionally detached. So there was never ever any relationship or intimacy. And so I always felt like I came short of his love. So I sought it in other things. I ended up wanting to run away. I went to my workplace and I stole an airline ticket to New York City just to get away. I didn't see it as like, oh my gosh, this is doomsday, being homeless. I kind of was enjoying it because I wasn't in touch with reality. I just wanted to party and have fun. I only had $200 in my pocket. I had nowhere to go. I was drinking and drugging, prostituting, and I've never done that before. Then I found out that my parents were separating, so that I needed to come home to support my mom. When I came back home, I realized that I had no choice but to start living again. I needed to keep a job and pay the bills. While I was on the streets, someone referred me here to ACRS, and that's how I was able to start the beginning of my healing and recovery and restoration. At first, I needed counseling because I was an emotional mess. I just needed someone to hear my story. I just needed to be validated, and I need some sort of direction.
My role was to meet with Nita once a month to discuss any issues, but at the same time, find ways to empower her. I wasn't here to make decisions for her. My way of empowering her was allowing her to make those decisions for herself.
After coming here for like maybe 6 months, that's when things started changing. Then I started to realize there is a difference. That recovery was happening.
I remember the very first time she had called me and to tell me that she was at the hospital. And while we were on the phone, Nita was yelling out to the nurses, I want this, I want that. And if you don't do it, I'm gonna go jump off the bridge and kill myself.
I started getting angry and I was distraught. I was like, you don't understand how much help I need. I called Polu and then she could hear me getting really upset with the hospital staff, and she calmed me down.
And I said, Nita, as Samoans, what are we known for? I was surprised because she was able to calm down and say humility and respect.
She brought it back to reality, so I took it down because she started reminding me of my culture, of our culture actually, how it's like to be humble. My life has changed so dramatically. I have a peace of mind. Every day when I wake up, I'm grateful that I have a house, a bed to sleep on, I have food in my fridge. I'm no longer that addict that needs to get high. I no longer have to have some kind of chemical to cope. I got my sanity back. I've got peace in my mind and in my heart. Honestly, I can say that I like myself, but I love myself today. I do. So I've got my joy back. Joy.
As a case manager, having that understanding about our culture and our customs and our way of living, it was also instrumental in working with Nita. I enjoy working here at ACRS. This is the only place that I know of that allows me as a Samoan case manager work with my own people, because we have the knowledge about our culture and values, and that's very instrumental in working with the people that we work with. Being Samoan, we have what we called a guest house, a Samoan fale. And with our guest house, it's shaped like a half a dome, and it's held up with these posts. And these posts represent something significant about ourselves, the holistic approach. Physical, mental, spiritual, psychological, and emotional. If one of these posts is damaged, our foundation becomes imbalanced. If we are physically unwell and mentally disturbed and emotionally drained, we are not balanced. ACRS is one place where, whether you're youth, an elder, immigrant, refugee, or even American-born, can come and find hope, opportunity, and their voice. Having supportive employment, our psychiatric medical staff, as well as housing, being housed under ACRS, all these play a very important role in an individual's recovery. And if it wasn't for these services, I think Nita's journey would be even more difficult and my work would be more difficult. Stories like Nita is just one of many stories that are written here every day.